offense performed today?
I mean, obviously, first reaction is frustrating, just because no matter how you perform, you're always just want to get one in the win column. And so immediate, let it sting for a little bit. People always say let it sting for 24 hours and then move on. So it's definitely hurting a little bit right now. And then we're just going to go watch some film, have a lot of really good things to learn from. Me specifically, of just dumb mistakes or different things that we can learn from. The good thing is it's never going to happen again. The bad thing is you got to learn from it by losing, unfortunately. So, just if we can move on and not make those same mistakes again, then it'll be worth it in the long run.
Is there a consistent theme to you being flushed out to your right and throwing the ball away a lot?
No, I would say just kind of what I felt in the pocket, yeah.
What happened on the interception in the red zone?
Yeah, just me trying to force it. Felt like I tried to get too much back in one play. So I saw the coverage. I knew what it was. Knew it was going to be a tight throw. Try to fit a really tight ball in. Just dumb, trying to force it. Obviously that was one of the big things that I can learn from. And so yeah.
Was there a miscommunication on the routes on that play?
No, not necessarily. That was just me.
What forced the last drive to stall? Not the final drive, but the last real opportunity there to stall.
I don't know. I'll have to watch film and see. Sorry, I don't have an answer right now.
You know, specifically on the fourth down play, what happened there?
They call it a good defense. Threw the ball a little high. Gotta let Kylan go make a play on that. And so had a chance, but I gotta give him a better ball.
You did spread the ball around. I think you had completions to 8 different receivers. Is that a focus? Is that just the way the ball was going?
Yeah, I kind of have a philosophy of the defense is going to tell you where to throw the ball, and so there are some times where we call them pure progressions, where you go through your first read all the way to your fourth read if there is one, and then we have split the field reads, matchup reads, where it's kind of mirrored on both sides. You take your best matchup versus leverage or rotation, whatever it is. So, but generally speaking, I'd say I just try to take what the defense gives me.
You had obviously some limited number of guys in terms of up front. You had 2 guys, one guy leave because of injury, and then another one get in there because of the starter, and then you had Devontae get moved. How did that change the role to the play calling?
Yeah, I mean those guys battled, especially those big guys up front. Thought they did a great job. Just running the ball, protection, everything. It's not easy. Those guys had a good package. Bobby and Frankie are great blitzers with disguising different things, and they had a good guys up front that were good players. So thought the guys did a good job stepping up, especially those guys that don't get a ton of reps throughout the season.
You got Devontae pretty quick off the field, I guess. What was the kind of plan going in there, and how Devontae centered for some of those plays?
Yeah, kind of like we were saying before. Sometimes it's a pure progression, and sometimes he's the first read, and if he's open, you take it. And then sometimes, if it's a mirrored read, and he's obviously a really good player, and most of the time a really good matchup. And so if it's even remotely open, you're going to try to go give him a ball, and he's going to make those 50-50 balls more like 80-20 balls.
It's your first significant work this year. It could be your last. What do you think you showed the league today?
Yeah, me and the team just, that we're always going to fight, have a lot of things to learn, obviously. But just feel like I'm learning and growing as a player. Sometimes it's growing pains, not necessarily just results. And so definitely a lot of things to learn from. Obviously, hate losing, but just move on and take those lessons, to the rest of my career, to the next game, to the next opportunity.
From a developmental perspective, how do you think you're different now than the Week 18 game last year?
Yeah, just another year under my belt, seeing defenses, seeing different things. I just say I feel a little bit more comfortable just, being out there, having things kind of happen naturally. So, yeah.
How did the operation go between you and Kevin this week, game planning, and then obviously in-game in terms of getting the calls in and out of the huddle?
Yeah, it was great. Me and KP, we have a good relationship. So just, sitting in his office, talking about plays that we both like, why we both like them, and just being on the sideline saying, hey, when we're doing a up-tempo offense. What do I want to hear? What do I have to relay to the guys? And then, different reminders that he wants to give or whatever it is. And so we were going back and forth with communication, and he's a great communicator, and we were doing that.
How about you and Drew with all those moving parts? Matt had to play 3 different positions.
Yeah.
You guys sort of back and forth with the protections.
Mhm.
How did that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough job, especially for, a young center to come in and play against a team like that and not have a ton of reps, especially at center. And so I thought he did an awesome job just, with the points and changing things and adjustments. He's a really good player. He's a really smart player. And you can put a lot of trust in your center when you trust them to, get to the right guy, make the right point, dummy calls, whatever it is. He was on point. So I thought Drew played really good.
It was a higher rate of under center than usual. Is that something that fits your game? Is it something that was in the game plan today? What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, I mean, I feel comfortable being under center. I like it. I'm really open to kind of doing whatever we need to. So if that's what, KP and that's what we felt that we needed to either run the ball or have play action or whatever it is, I definitely feel comfortable and able to do that.
Okay.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.